Right now, Madison police are investigating multiple shots fired reports overnight. What the chief of police is saying about these incidents. Also, the Russian standoff at the Ukrainian border continues as tensions with the U.S. continue to escalate. This is News 3 Now at noon. Good afternoon, I'm Mark Hayden. It was a busy night for Madison police last night, responding to 4 separate shots fired incidents throughout the city. The first happening at 8:30 just off East Washington Avenue near Madison College. Then police received another shots fired call just before 9 o'clock near the Arboretum. The third shots fired call an hour and a half later at 10:30 off of Park Street, and a fourth at 12:30 a.m. 8 witnesses hearing gunshots just a few blocks north of the third incident. Here's what else we know. In that first shots fired call, the victim was driving to a nearby apartment when another car cut him off and then shot at him. The second case was reported by multiple callers, but no evidence of gunfire was found. The third and fourth incidents were on the city's west side off of Park Street. After multiple reports of shots fired at 10:30, police found an unoccupied car had been hit by one round. Shell casings were also found. In the fourth incident, officers found shell casings around the area of West Olin, but no suspects. Madison Police Chief Sean Barnes says they need the public's health, especially before these incidents happen.
We don't want to live in a city where we hear gunfire. And all too often, this is what I hear in my personal conversations with some of our community members. And so we're certainly working to understand when and where these incidences occur. We're working to look at prolific offenders.
All of these investigations are still active. So far, there's been 30 reported shot-fired calls in Madison this year. The Dane County Sheriff's Office says at least one person is dead after a 4-vehicle crash on Highway 14 between Oregon and Brooklyn this morning. The Wisconsin DOT says it happened at 7:30 near Waterman Road. Dane County Dispatch says a total of 4 passenger vehicles were involved. The DOT expects Highway 14 to be closed for several hours while investigators are on the scene. The Monroe Fire Department says a body was found inside a destroyed home Tuesday after crews put out a fire. The body has not been identified and was taken to Madison for an autopsy. It happened at a home in the 2600 block of 8th Avenue shortly before 11 a.m. The home, as well as a neighboring home and 2 vehicles, are considered a total loss. The fire caused an estimated $160,000 in damage. 2 people were displaced. The cause of the fire is undetermined. The Dane County Sheriff's Office is releasing more information about the level of health care provided by the Dane County Jail. This comes after the family of Quadron Wilson, who was shot during an attempted arrest, asked that he be transferred back to the hospital. In a press release, the Sheriff's Office said when an in-custody individual is hospitalized, the decision to discharge that person from the hospital is entirely up to the medical staff at that particular facility. And that decision is in no way influenced by the Sheriff's Office. After allegedly being shot 5 times, Wilson only spent 1 day in the hospital before being transferred to the jail's facility. He's scheduled to appear in court tomorrow. Let's head to the Weather Center now. Meteorologist Chris Reese has a look at your certified most accurate forecast. A little cooler than yesterday.
Yes, it is, and we're tracking a winter storm on the maps, Mark. It is just to our south, and it is close. Kansas City has had a dream of a morning if you're a snow lover. They had 2 to 3 inch per hour snowfall rates, lightning and thunder this morning. Now we're seeing some of this heavier snow start to work its way into parts of central Illinois. Dana Fulton's in the office. Her family is talking about the snow that's coming down. And then you also see some of those northern edges of the band really starting to approach I-88 throughout northern Illinois. Rockford, you're starting to see some blues show up. There's likely some dry air to fight. Meanwhile, we are still dry in southern Wisconsin, but that's been the expectation that we'd see this snow on radar and that it would get very close, but we do have a lot of dry air in place. I'm not sure we'll really see anything make it to the ground. 19 degrees right now. I promised you we'd be hanging out into the upper teens and right around 20 all day long. Our wind chill sits at 6. The wind chill is 0 in the Dells. Mark, we're talking about 50s in that forecast, so for the weekend, along with a possible winter storm early next week.
Welcome to late winter in Wisconsin.
Yes, it is.
All right, Chris, thank you. Republican State Senator Roger Roth is joining the race to become Wisconsin's next lieutenant governor. An Iraqi war veteran, Roth represents Wisconsin's 19th Senate District. Roth is the current chair of the Committee on Universities and Technical Colleges and the vice chair of the Committee on Utilities, Technology, and Telecommunications. The primary for the lieutenant governor race is scheduled for August 9th. The U.S. and NATO allies say Russia has added thousands more troops to the Ukrainian border, contradicting any Russian claims of a pullback. Skylar Henry has the latest.
United States of America.
Secretary of State Antony Blinken made a stop at the United Nations as the crisis on Ukraine's border with Russia intensifies.
Russia plans to manufacture a pretext for its attack. It could be a fabricated so-called terrorist bombing inside Russia, the invented discovery of a mass grave, a staged drone strike against civilians, or a fake, even a real, attack using chemical weapons.
At a press conference earlier in Brussels, Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin said Russia had added about 7,000 troops along Ukraine's border over the past few days, contradicting Russian claims of a pullback.
I was a soldier myself not that long ago, and I know firsthand that you don't do these sort of things for no reason.
New satellite images appear to show current Russian military activity in the region, including the construction of field hospitals. In eastern Ukraine, officials accuse Russian-backed forces of shelling a village, damaging this kindergarten.
In a sign of escalating tensions, Russia has expelled the second most senior U.S. diplomat in Moscow from the country. The State Department now says the U.S. is considering its response.
Every indication we have is they're prepared to go into Ukraine, attack Ukraine.
Earlier this week, the U.S. Embassy in Kyiv shut down and moved to western Ukraine.
The situation could worsen very quickly, and we're very worried about that and are urging all Americans to leave the country now.
CBS News has learned city workers there have been encouraged to take up firearms and medical training and stockpile about 3 months' worth of medical supplies in the event of a Russian invasion. Skylar Henry, CBS News, the White House.
And Vice President Kamala Harris is traveling to Germany today, where she'll take part in the Munich Security Conference and show support for NATO allies and Ukraine. Well, more good news for thousands saddled with federal student loan debt. The Education Department says it's canceled another $415 million in student debt. It impacts nearly 16,000 borrowers who were misled by for-profit colleges. It's the latest effort by the Biden administration to cancel debt for borrowers who may already be eligible for relief, but are still waiting for paperwork to be processed. So far, the department has canceled about $2 billion in claims from more than 100,000 borrowers. Kraft Heinz is thinking about raising prices again. The company's CFO says they may, quote, taking additional pricing actions as appropriate. Now, the possible price increases aren't coming as a surprise to retailers. Last month, Kraft Heinz told them it would raise prices in March on dozens of products, including hot dogs and bacon. The company says the steeper prices will help offset its own higher costs brought on by inflation. And if you recently bought some candles from Anthropologie, we have an important recall to tell you about. The company says it's received reports of some of the anecdote candles flaming up and breaking apart while in use. You may have, if you have any of these scents, fireside chats, weekend getaway, sweater weather, and fall feels, bring them back to the store. The candles were sold online and in the store from July 20 to 21st through the end of the year. And there's more to come on News 3 Now at noon.
The latest reading on the state of the labor market and a subscription service fit for the most frequent of flyers. I'm Diane King-Hall at the CBS Broadcast Center. I'll have those stories and more in your CBS Money Watch report.
You're watching News 3 Now at noon.
Let the design team at Wanakee Furniture ETC help you find your inspiration and transform your room. Every style, every budget, our creativity, passion, and expertise will help you design your dream space.
Bring quality home at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
You're a hard worker. Provide for your family. Do good things in the community. Help out your neighbors. You've been there for so many others. Now, we're here for you. Your local Wisconsin energy and emergency assistance providers are working together to keep you safely in your home. and your heat and power on. Apply now for a hand up.
Supply chain backlogs, inflation, agitation.
Here's an idea. If we make things here in America, supply chain issues won't be a thing anymore. That's exactly how we built the Bucks Arena, by having 80% of the materials come from Wisconsin. We did the same by paying higher wages. That's how you know, as your senator, I'll get things done. Raising people's wages, make things in America, finally stand up to China. I'm Alex Lazary, and I approve this message because it's time to put more money in the pockets of working people.
Sick of waiting for your furniture to arrive? Menards has furniture you need in stock. Plus, you get a free rug. That's right. Buy any upholstered living room furniture at $299 or more and get a free 5x7 area rug. That's $149.99 in savings. Need a new chair? How about a sectional? A new recliner or love seat? Buy one today. Get a free rug. Hurry up. Get to Menards before they're gone. In store only while supplies last.
Save big money at Menards.
Patio doors, patio doors. Scott the window guy can do patio doors. Scott the window guy can do patio doors.
We do patio doors at scottthewindowguy.com.
If you stutter on the phone, speech-to-speech is for you.
Hi, Nihada. This is Andy Smith, and I was calling to see if our home loan has been approved.
A specially trained operator revoices the conversation to the person on the other end of the line.
Hi, Nihada. This is Andy Smith, and I was calling to see if our home loan has been approved.
Oh, Andy, we have great news. You've been approved for the full amount.
To learn more about speech-to-speech relay service, go to wisconsinrelay.com.
Rest comfortably with brands you can trust at Wanakee Furniture ETC. Create a unique and stylish room with made-in-the-USA products from companies like Smith Brothers of Bern. Select from a wide variety of sofas at a great price.
Bring quality home at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
Americans signed up for unemployment benefits last week. According to the Labor Department, first-time filings for weekly jobless claims rose by 23,000 to 248,000. Keep in mind, filings had started to drop again this month after spiking in January. Walmart is out with its quarterly report card, and it beat expectations. The world's biggest retailer says profit topped $3.5 billion on sales of more than $152 billion. It is the first of the retailers to report, and its results are looked to as a yardstick for how the industry is faring in an inflationary climate. Another company is dropping its mask mandate. Tyson Foods is joining the wave of major companies loosening mask requirements. The nation's biggest meat producer told workers at some facilities that starting this week, fully vaccinated individuals can remove their mask. Face coverings will still need to be worn at some plants to comply with local laws and regulations. And a lot of people fork over money for subscriptions, but what about for airline travel? Yesterday, Alaska Airlines announced it will offer the first ever subscription-based flight service in the U.S. The plans, which start at $49 a month, are focused on the West Coast. Members can fly between 6 and 24 round trips per year. And that's your CBS Money Watch report. For more, head to cbsmoneywatch.com. At the CBS Broadcast Center, I'm Diane King Hall.
Diane, thank you. Let's check Wall Street at the noon hour. The Dow Industrials down 382 points. The NASDAQ off 240. The S&P 500 down 50. Well, up next at noon, Pam Yankee has your latest ag numbers, and we take a closer look at the world's largest strawberry. Plus, are we due for another warm-up? Chris Reese has your latest forecast after the break.
Don't miss the biggest mattress sale this weekend. The Mattress Marathon is at Ashley's biggest President's Day sale. Get the guaranteed best offer at Wisconsin's #1 mattress retailer. Plus, save up to 65% off doorbusters like these. Only at Ashley.
Important healthcare announcement. If people tell you your TV is too loud, or if listening in some environments has become difficult, we are requesting your participation in a special program called the 30-Day Challenge. Hearing Life Hearing Centers are seeking people with hearing difficulties to evaluate a new digital mini hearing aid now being released. To take part in this event, you must call. Please get a pencil and write down the number below. All people with hearing aids or hearing difficulties are wanted to take part in the 30-day challenge, evaluating a new high-tech device that sits discreetly behind your ear. This hearing aid is Bluetooth enabled and is rechargeable. All hearing assessments are performed at no charge for those taking part in the challenge. Participants will try these hearing aids for 30 days. Call the number below and take the Hearing Life 30-day challenge.
RHD Plumbing has the most reliable professionals in the industry. With honesty you can trust to deliver quality products and workmanship, dedicated to being the best. RHD Plumbing now offers complete bathroom and kitchen remodeling, the best plumbers, and everything else you need to finish your dream project. For your home or business, get the job done right the first time with no surprises with the reliable, honest, and dedicated plumbing professionals of RHD Plumbing, proud partner of the Green Bay Packers.
This weekend only, get our very best deals of the season, including doorbusters up to 65% off. Plus, take bonus holiday discounts off our sale prices in-store and online. And interest-free financing for 5 years. The biggest President's Day sale in Wisconsin is on now at Ashley.
Her love for sled dog racing led her from Alaska's Iditarod to a successful children's book series.
The sled dogs really teach us about life.
Her next chapter, straight out of the movies. Charlotte Deleste visits the Musher Mama tonight on News 3 Now at 6.
Kindness and gratitude are great mood boosters, but did you know they're also great for your body? Our Time for Kids experts lay out the physical benefits of this powerful duo.
Plus the latest on early next week. That's tomorrow morning from 4:30 to 7.
The Farm Report is sponsored by Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Well, let's check in now with Pam Yankee from the Midwest Farm Report on this rather chilly Thursday.
Yeah, I'm not so worried about the weather, at least not hang on, but I am curious about that strawberry that you're going to be discussing in just a moment, so hang around for that one, folks. You know, the good news as we kind of roll our way through a Thursday, despite the markets, is that finally, for the first time in about 2 weeks, all of the border crossings between the United States and Canada are open. You know, sometimes I think that agriculture takes the trucking industry for granted just a little bit. I've been talking about it this week. I was visiting with Dennis Gavin, who is the owner of Caledonia Trucking. You see their semis up and down the interstate here in Wisconsin. They do a lot of dairy trucking. I was talking with Dennis, and he said one of his truckers that had to get product into Canada waited at the Winnipeg crossing for 4 hours. Now, that's part of the challenge that they're faced with new drivers coming on board. It's not just making the physical requirements of truck driving to be get your CDL. It's also about the lifestyle change. Both he and Jerry Klabaka from the Diesel Driving School in Sun Prairie said that's probably the bigger consideration people don't understand. If you're a long-haul trucker, you're away from your family for extended periods of time. If you're somebody that's driving an Amazon truck or something like that, you're on a work schedule that varies day by day. So those are some of the challenges that they're trying to overcome. Jerry Klabaka said he thinks there's about 10 million people out there that have certified or commercial driver's license, CDLs, but they're not in the marketplace. Why? Well, again, it's about that lifestyle. It's a hard job. So again, we want to tip our hats to those big rigs that are moving things up and down the road. 72% of American freight moves by truck. All right, dairy today is trying to turn the tide as far as our commodity prices are concerned. Barrel cheese today up a penny and a half at 193.5. 40-pound block cheese on Thursday up a half at 198 3/4. Double A butter though, big drop, down 11 at 269 a pound. Back on that trucking story, Mark. You know, if you drive 151, you go past the Diesel Driving School in Sun Prairie. They said they've got good interest when it comes to truck driving as a career, but most of their candidates, their students, are probably between like 25 and 35 years of age. They've already had one job or one career started, and this would be their second. So I thought that was kind of interesting.
Yeah, it is interesting. Did a story there a couple months ago.
Yeah.
About the shortage. So, all right. Well, you ready for the big strawberry?
Give me it.
Here
Give
it
me
is.
Strawberry.
An Israeli farmer has broken the record for growing the world's largest strawberry. Check it out. The berry was found at the Ariel family farm last year at 18 centimeters long and 289 grams, which is a little more than half a pound. The strawberry is about 5 times the average weight. The family says cold weather conditions in early 2021 slowed the berry's ripening process, allowing it to continue to gain weight. Well, temperatures warm up anytime soon. Here's Chris Reese. That's a lot of strawberry.
That is a lot of strawberry. Wow. Imagine covering that one with chocolate. All right. We're watching another winter storm moving through for us this afternoon, and it's passing by just to our south. But I've been watching this one since the early hours this morning. I started watching this storm at 1:30 this morning come together. Kansas City has been an area that was hit pretty hard with some decent snow. Now things are starting to wind down in the KC area, but now it's central and north central Illinois. This is where the heaviest snow is going to be as we move towards this afternoon. Later on tonight, that's lower Michigan over towards Detroit. That's going to be getting a lot of snow. It's real close. Northern parts of Illinois, especially along I-88, you're starting to see some of those returns show up on radar, even parts of Lafayette County around Darlington. You're looking at the radar and you see something there, and you're looking at the clouds, and it likely looks like it's going to snow, but we have a lot of dry air in place. That dark, gloomy, gray sky for us this afternoon. It's cold enough. 19 is our temperature. Winds out of the north at 13. The wind chill coming in at 6 degrees for us. These temperatures are substantially colder than the 40s that we had out there yesterday. Janesville, one of our warmer spots, at 21. Our cold spot, though, Viroqua, one of them at 10. It is 9. And Black River Falls. So it is truly the change that 24 hours did make around here. So we put future track into motion. It's 1:30 at this point. Radar might look like there's a little bit of snowflake action flying for us, but it's this dark blue from Beloit over towards Racine and Kenosha counties, Lake Geneva. This is where the best chance is to actually see any snow come out of the sky as we go throughout today. We'll cool things back down later on tonight into the single digits as you're waking up tomorrow morning. I can't rule out a flurry in the morning, but our best chance of flurries really starts to arrive into the afternoon. We top out around 31. This is now 6:30. We're going to see a period of some snow showers move on through, and that pushes through for your dinner time frame. That's out of here quickly. We go down into the single digits again after that. I want to highlight the pattern, though, as we start to move towards early next week. We're going to see what's called a baroclinic zone. There's going to be cold air to the north, warm air to the south, and storm systems that likely develop between them. And we're going to see multiple storm systems travel along this as we go throughout next week. There's a chance that at least one of those has the potential to impact us. Yesterday, this was the model that was to the north that brought us rain. It's been trending south. Now we're starting to enter into the snow zone. This is something that we're really going to have to watch. Model number 2, still a little bit farther north there, but instead of rain, it now has freezing rain for us with snow just to our north. So we're really going to pay attention to early next week, maybe even late next week. Some of the models trying to show a second system, but that's on top of us a week away. We'll see that one trend south like we've seen everything else so far this winter. But I'm really watching Monday night into Tuesday. That could be an accumulating snow event, and it is one to watch. We're also going to be pretty cold next week. Lots of days like today are expected with perhaps some fresh snow on the ground, which could make things even colder.
I stopped looking after the 51.
Yeah, the 51 on Saturday. That's a treat for everyone who doesn't like winter. I'm looking at Monday and Tuesday.
It's coming back. It's early. We got plenty of time.
Exactly. So I did some research early, by the way. We have not had this little snow since the winter of 2002, 2003.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. It's dry out there. All right, Chris, thank you. There's more to come on News 3 Now at noon. I'm next. Let's see what Howard's working on in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
Do you like your root beer topped with a big scoop of ice cream? I know I do. But today we're showing you a new way to enjoy it, and boy, is it tasty.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Are you ready to make junk disappear?
I am so looking forward to this. We make junk disappear. All you have to do is point. Any first item removed? Just $89.
Water is one of nature's most beautiful and life-sustaining resources. At no fault of their own, many Wisconsin utility customers are facing a shutoff to their water service. This leaves them without the one life-giving resource we all take for granted. And those hardest hit are on fixed incomes, juggling multiple temporary jobs, or those who lost full-time jobs in sectors hardest hit by the pandemic. If someone you care about needs a hand up, your local Wisconsin energy and emergency rental assistance providers are working together to keep you safely in your home and your water, heat, and power on. If you are in danger of losing your water service, call 833-H2O-WISC, 833-426-9472. You may not ask for it, but we're here to help.
Winter in Wisconsin means snow, blustering winds, and sub-zero temperatures. Will your insulation keep your home warm? Fry Construction can always help. We're your roofing and insulation pros. We'll find cracks and air pathways in your insulation that are letting in the icy cold and hindering your comfort. With our thermal imaging and our cutting-edge insulation techniques, you'll be sure that your home will be warm and energy efficient for many years to come. Visit fryconstruction.com today and prepare your home for the long winter.
At McGann Furniture in Baraboo, we know that hardworking people want the most value for their money. When you shop at McGann, we've already sorted out and selected the brands that we feel offer you the most bang for your buck. From young couples just starting out to senior citizens, we offer a huge selection at prices that will fit your budget. Plus, most purchases include free delivery and setup. And remember, at McGann, we don't raise our prices only to lower them later for a sale. Discover the difference at McGann Furniture in downtown Baraboo.
Are you ready to make junk disappear?
I am so looking forward to this. We make junk disappear. All you have to do is point.
Any first item removed? Just $89.
About a century ago, root beer was considered to be a cure-all, sort of how many people feel about CBD today. It was touted as a remedy that could reduce inflammation, cleanse our skin, and even help with blood flow. The ingredient credited for all these benefits was the root of the sassafras plant, hence the name root beer. These days, rather than buying in a pharmacy like many of our grandparents had to do, we can find it just about anywhere. And since it has such a big, bold taste, it's the perfect addition to the dish we're making today. We start by searing a seasoned pork butt until all sides are browned. And you can do this in a skillet or your pressure cooker if it has that option. Now we place this on a rack in an Instant Pot or pressure cooker along with a mixture we made by combining some chili sauce, Worcestershire sauce, hot pepper sauce, and a bottle of root beer. After securing the lid, we set the timer for 1 hour and let it do its thing. Once the pressure has released, we chunk it up and serve it with some cornbread smothered with all that flavor-packed sauce. To get the recipe for our Razzle Dazzle root beer pork, all you have to do is visit our website. I'm Howard of the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a flavor-packed way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
Thank you, Howard. It's time to introduce you to our pet of the week, Snowball. He starts out very shy, but once he's comfortable, he'll be your best friend. He's a friendly, smart, sweet pup who enjoys playing in the snow. Snowball is fearful of meeting new dogs, so introductions must be done very slowly. He's looking for a patient home and a family with teenage children or older who can help him learn the world isn't so scary. Snowball is a member of the Lonely Hearts Club, and his adoption fee has been reduced. If you're interested in adopting Snowball or checking out all the other animals at the Dane County Humane Society, go to giveshelter.org. And here's Chris now with one final check of the forecast.
Cloudy for the rest of today. Will warm up to 20 for your high, which pretty much we're hanging out there right now. 31 tomorrow, 51 on Sunday. Soak it up. Perhaps a wintry mess as we move into early next week.
That's our time for now. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you back here at 4 o'clock. In the meantime, have a great afternoon.